and today I'm here to review one of my most recent purchases, which is this new headphones. Actually, IEM, which are definitely going to replace my over-the-ear headphones that I use for gaming, editing, and watching movie and anything I do on this computer right here. I've been hearing about in-ear monitor for a long time now, and after I did some research, I actually think that it's worth giving a shot. Just a disclaimer, I'm not like a hardcore audio engineer. Don't expect from me charts reading and checking the mids, the low and the high and the frequencies and all those things. There are many people that do a way better job than what I can ever do at this moment. But what I can tell you guys is how this actually feels like to own, to use on a day-to-day basis, how I find them during the period of time I'm using them, and how is an average consumer going to benefit from a purchase like this. I highly suggest you stick around. So I already unboxed them. I'm just gonna go quickly through the unboxing experience. I'm just gonna tell you what it's about. But essentially in the box you're gonna find the IEM cable for the IEM that connects to whatever you're gonna use. That actually caught me off guard. I did not expect to find them separated. You're gonna find your user manual, the ear tips that you can swap out if you have different size ears of what they comes on already. But I didn't even use them, and I'm gonna explain you why later. So this is the IEM. So when you unbox the product, when you take out the IEM for the first time, the cable is gonna be separated like this, and this is gonna be the body of the IEM. So how you put it on is, you see, I already forgot how to do it. I have to look the other one. So that's how you put it on, okay? That's how you should look from the outside when it's in your ear. So you basically take the hook, which has already a shape, and you just plug it in like this, okay? Make sure you don't plug it backwards. So what I can tell you real quick is that wherever your microphone is, if you buy the microphone version, your microphone is gonna be on the right side of your ear, and then you go on top of your ear, put the IEM inside your ear, and then you just pull it downwards like that. And don't worry, it's not going anywhere. It may feel loose a little bit at the start. You just push it in real quick, and that's how it goes in. That's it. Simple as that. So this was my first experience with a pair of IEM. That's why it took me a while to understand how to use them. But once you get it, it's not that hard. You're gonna be very fast in putting them on. At the same time that I purchased the IEM, I also ended up buying an adapter because they come with a 3.5mm jack. But what does that mean? If you want to use this IEM on a desktop, you cannot use it directly. You either need a splitter that splits microphone from audio input, or you can do what I did. I ended up buying this little adapter, which is from 3.5mm to USB-C, and it's sold separately, but it's actually a very good purchase because now you can use your IEM on your iPhone, on any USB-C output source of audio, and now I can use the microphone and the audio input on my desktop. So, highly suggested. I think it was something like 20 bucks. So the first thing that pops to your eyes after you unbox them is the build quality actually. I'm honestly pretty impressed with the build quality. They look amazing for the price. The design actually looks very sharp. You have this two-tone brushed metallic plates, gold and silver or whatever colorway you're going with a main body in plastic that does not feel cheap. The cable also was a very pleasant surprise. It's very tangle free. I literally usually roll them, just throw them in the bag or throw them in my pocket, throw them on the table. Mostly they stay on the table, but if I were to carry them around, I don't think they will ever give me an issue to just open and tangle free. One complaint that I have about the cable is that it is a little bit short. Personally, I love the clean see-through design. So design approved and build quality approved too. Now let's talk about my favorite part of these headphones, which is not the audio, but is the comfort. I've been using over-the-ear headphones, and let me tell you, after a long session, they kind of become a little bit heavy. They make you sweat your ears if there is no good ventilation. And sometimes, if you wear them for long enough, they might give you a headache. So with this, I actually solved all of those issues. I just put them in my ear, and they're very lightweight, and I can game with this for hours. Game, editing, or anything I'm really doing on my day-to-day basis. But to reach that type of comfort, I had to make another purchase. And this brings me to something I actually didn't like. What I really didn't like about these headphones is the silicone tips they come with. The IEM kept falling off my ear. It lasted one day because I right away went on Amazon and bought memory foam ear tips, which are these beauties. They have different sizes to fit everyone in everybody's need, but for me, I went with a medium memory foam. They're actually very good. The isolation they give you when you put them in is actually what you need to truly enjoy the audio that's coming out of these IEMs. So I highly suggest you. I'm gonna put the link in the description. I think it was like 10 or 13 bucks, so can't go wrong. So like I mentioned before during the build quality, the cable. Excellent build quality, but the one thing that I did not like is the length. Now, I keep my desktop on top of my table, and until it's on top of your table, fine, no problem. The length is just enough to reach your head and not disturb you while you're gaming. But if you keep your desktop on the floor, so that's one thing that really, if you don't like it, you have to compromise. So before I hit buy on Marketplace, I did do some research. I didn't go just blindly in and just because they were cheap, okay, let me just pick them up. Sound profile. I can tell the sound profile is your average V shape, so you get nice boosted low and crispy highs, and the sound is overall energetic, I would say. They're also quite loud. I find that with my computer, I'm actually keeping the volume at 15. I think it's partially due to these foam tips that actually really isolate you from the outside and really seal the ear with the sound coming out of the IEMs. So I was able to test them with gaming, footsteps, direction of the footsteps, and spatial audio was actually pretty good. I was able to tell what was coming from my right, what was coming from my left. Audio was very clear, not as clear as my Sennheiser, the over-the-ear headphones I was using. I believe it's because the drivers are actually bigger. But after you tweak it a little bit, you can also adjust with an equalizer to get the sound profile that you want. Okay, so let's wrap this up. How much are these IEMs? These IEMs, you can find them on Amazon for around 50 bucks, and it's definitely worth it. They really hit every sweet spot in terms of build quality, comfort, and sound quality. They're one of those products that you're like, why is this so cheap? Where's the catch? But the fact is, $50 is not that cheap. It's okay, it's right priced. You can find a lot of headphones for that price, but this, in my opinion, is by far one of the best sounding one. I'm not gonna say these IEMs are gonna replace those high-end companies and high-end brands that make high-end products like Sony, Sennheiser, Bose, and whatnot. Those companies are not delivering what they're charging. They're charging premium, but they're not delivering premium. Meanwhile, KZ is out here launching products like this, which are really good entry point to IEMs, affordable, and overall a decent product. It's very difficult in a market saturated like IEM headphones and Bluetooth headphones and whatnot to be able to hold your own ground, and this, they do it perfectly. $50, you get what you pay for. That's it. And the good part is you can find it on Amazon. You don't like it, you return it. There is no problem. I decided to give it a try. I bought it with my own money, and I'm gonna end up keeping them. I like how lightweight they are, I like how they fit my ear, and I like the simplicity of use. But let me know what you think. Is this price too much? Is this price okay? Are you gonna try them? Do you own a pair of IEMs? Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comment, and catch you in the next one.